Hey guys, we're back, and this is where we finished up last time on the old farmer. And I'm just gonna dig right in, and we're gonna finish up on this guy. So I'm gonna come up here and work this hat area, and take a little 1/4 inch V and cut that little place in the back of the hat, and come back over it with a stop cut. How's that looking, painting the light wise?
Looking good.
And then you just kind of cut back against that to make that strap kind of stand out. Relieve that a little bit. Just using the very tip end of your blade. Now let's put some, these little lines I marked on are just little places where the cap comes together. And they're not necessary, but I think it adds a little bit to it. Come around on this side. And we got this front one right here. And this is just a little 1/4 inch V. And right in here we can put almost anything on your cap. Generally this probably will be a John Deere cap, but it doesn't have to be. Now I'm going to do the inner ear. I drill these little triangle areas in, and I go in and I cut these little chip areas out. Now this is a stop cut. And you get some shadow in there. And then we make another little wedge cut right in here. On the bottom part of the ear. And we're going to do the same up here on the top part of the ear. Yeah, that's what I call my inner ear. Now, I am going to kind of shape this ear low right here, this bottom of the ear right here a little bit. All right. Let's do this side over here now. All right, I got that in. There's those cuts. Now I'm gonna do like I did on the other ear. Make me another wedge cut right in here, just to give it a little shadow. And one right here. And that right there. Now, also, I'm gonna kind of shape this ear a little bit more. And let's take a little wedge cut around that area down at the bottom part of the ear. I'll do it over here. Okay, now we're going to just kind of work down. I'm going to make where this collar on this shirt will be, and that's done with a little wedge cut. Like that right there. Just give it a little shadow right in there. Now I'll come in here, make me a stop cut with the point of my blade there. One right here. And I'll cut back against that stop cut. And it chipped out on me. I'm gonna come in and recut it though. There. It just give me a little bit of shadow in there. Now I am going to make a little deeper cut right in here. And give me a little shadow line right in there. Now we want to turn it around and right back here do the back of the collar. I'll go in first with the little V tool, then I'll make my stop cut across here and kind of tuck the shirt in up underneath that collar. Just make that collar stand out a little bit. Like that right there. Now, I do want to come down here real quick, and I'm gonna put some heels on this guy. Like that right there. I just put me a little wedge cut, and I've got it drawn in there. I have a line on the bottom I also draw. And you can bring that over a little bit more. But really just need to see it from the side. Like that right there. Now, back up here, I'm going to make some folds in this shirt here. And I'll take a number 7 gouge. I'll come in right here. And go around the sleeve with the gouge. Then I'll do right above that. Just to create a little bit of movement in there. Let's see, let me deepen this here. All right. Now, I would like to come in and put me a button in right there. Let me flatten. Now, I have a little tool that forms a little, this is a little punch right here. And I go in and I just press in me a little button. Like that right there. And I'll do it over here. And I've got different sizes of this little punch that I do different buttons with. But it forms a pretty good button. And I'll put let's put a button right here on this shirt while we're in there. Now, oh, he's coming right along. Now, I do want to come in and, let's see, kind of up above these little edges here. I mean, I like to go in and just kind of roll my blade, because it's kind of hard to get in there sometimes with a number 7, like that, just to give it some wrinkled look. And then we got to put the folds in right in here. I'll do number 9 gouge. Put me one right in there, like that. And one in there like that. And I'll come around, do the same over here. And that's probably all the folds that we really need. Now what I'd like to do is come in and these are these little seams on your overalls. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these guys in. And I'm just barely pushing in with my tool on this. What we're looking at on time there, Peyton?
Got about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, we're doing good. Okay, and then I'm gonna come over here and do this side. And then when you're doing this line here, you just kind of, you don't try to do one continuous cut. You just kind of piece them together. Because I'm going to go down, after I get that cut in, I'm going to come in and make me a seam. Well, I'll make the actual seam right in there. And that's where your stitching will go. And I generally, I won't put the stitching in until after I've cleaned it up with water, because when you put the stitching in with this little stitching tool that I have, it and you wash it down with water, they swell together. I generally wait till I'm. A lot of times I put them in after I paint them. All right, there's the seam right there. Okay, now he's got a little patch, Levi patch right back in the back. I hadn't drawn it in, but I just like to go in and make me a little rectangle cut there. Like that. Now, I do need to, after we got this in, I'm going to come in and I'm going to establish a couple of folds down here with the number 7 on my pant leg. And you come in like that, work your way around to the other side. And then I'll go below that, like this. And cut that in. Let's see, I'm going to put one more right here. And you just develop this little high ridge. like that right in there. Okay, that's pretty good on the feet. Now, I do need to address, I've got pockets in the back, so I'm going to come in here and gonna outline them with a V-tool. Like that there. And this pocket will run over right over here. Oh, we do have a seam right in here. I'll go ahead and put it in. Can you see that all right there, Pete?
Yep.
All right. All right, and that pocket comes over to that seam right there. He's getting on down there. Let's go over here and do this seam here. Sometimes you have to start about right here and work your way up. Just come on down like that right there. Let's do this pocket. And when we get that done, I got to do the soles of the shoe. Okay. Now, let's do this first. Let's kind of make a stop cut across here and right here. And we want to kind of tuck that down in there, make that pocket stand out a little bit more right in there. Same on this side here. I'll turn it around. Just give it a little shadow in there. Now, right here, we're going to put these little shoes in, the soles of the shoe, and I've drawn my line in here, so I'm going to take a number 11, 3 millimeter, and I go in and just kind of follow my line and develop the sole of this shoe. There's one. Now I will go over it with a V-tool after I get them all in. Let's do this. And you don't have to use this number 11. You can go in. You can go in with a V and do it. But I like for something, a little track for my V-tool to ride in to keep it in line. Now, I'll just take this upsweep V and come in and let that V ride along my canal I made. And I'm just enhancing that cut just a little bit. Like that right there. Let's turn around and do it on this side here. Okay, there's the soles of the shoes. Now he needs some wrinkles right down in here and back in here. So I'm going to take that number 11 again, right here. And I'm going to come in about right here. And put me in some wrinkles. That tool is kind of not sharp. Let me get this other one down here. See? Yeah, that is better here. Well, the wrinkles right in there. Let's put some right across here. Right in there. What we look like on time there, Pete? What's the time, Pete?
Got about 3 minutes.
3 minutes, okay. Well, we're just about done on this guy. Let's right where I put this little patch in here, I'm gonna kind of relieve it. Make it stand out. And you just use the tip end of your knife for this. And sometimes them little bitty chips want to stay in there. Anyway, let's, before I forget it, let's put a double seam on here. I mean, make that actual seam with my V-tool. And then come across this way. And I'll do it up here. Just little stuff like this adds a whole lot to your carving. And they don't have to be perfectly cut. They just, but that's something for my seams to ride in. I do want to deepen right in here a little bit. And over here where that bend of the arm is, deepen that a little bit. And then I've got some cuts. I'll do a cut here. And maybe one right here just to break up the straightness and stuff. But guys, with that, this old farmer, he's pretty much done. We went from a block of wood, and we didn't use the bandsaw, and we used the carving tools, and we got this guy cut out. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this carving, and if you hadn't finished it, just keep watching them, and that's why I put them on there. So with that, till the next YouTube, happy carving to everyone, and we'll see you later. Bye.